Today marks International Holocaust Remembrance Day, commemorating the 77th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz.
It comes at a time when anti-Semitism is on the rise. CBS 2's Lisa Rozner spoke with Holocaust survivors in our area.
From his Riverdale, Bronx apartment, Eugene Ginter tells us he was only 6 months old when the war broke out in Krakow, Poland.
Went into the ghetto, and from the ghetto it became the Krakow Ploshchov concentration camp, which you see in Schindler's List. My mother was on Schindler's List. She worked for him.
His father stayed with him, at one point asking Nazi soldiers permission for them to die together.
They took our clothes, stripped us naked, gave us a hot shower, and then they ran us naked in the snow.
But SS physician Dr. Joseph Mengele turned them around from the gas chamber after receiving a letter that the war would be ending soon.
It's very hard to explain how you can be 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, live in total terror. Not fright, but terror. That you know that any moment you could be killed at any moment for any reason.
That terror felt by Rena Quint, who was 3 years old when the Nazis invaded Poland. Her mother and 2 brothers were murdered, and she was deported with her father to a concentration camp where he helped her pretend to be a boy in a factory to survive.
He cut my hair, he found some clothing, and he told me I was a boy. And I became a boy. And I was 10 years old because boys under 10 were useless.
And 75 survivors' stories are now on display at Project 105 Gallery here in Tribeca. Quint, who eventually moved to Brooklyn, is featured in the moving tribute called Survivors, Faces of Life After the Holocaust. It's organized by Yad Vashem, the World Holocaust Remembrance Center, and famed photographer Martin Scholler. Born in Germany, Scholler was educated about the war growing up and felt a responsibility to educate others.
So something like this cannot happen again. Unfortunately, I think there's a lot of people that are still doubting that the Holocaust ever took place.
The FBI says hate crimes targeting Jews comprised almost 55% of all hate crimes last year, a statistic that is disappointing for survivor Joseph Gutman, who was transported to Switzerland as a 5-year-old from Hungary.
I feel definitely uncomfortable going out to synagogue, going out with a yarmulke on the street.
Ginter is participating in the We Remember campaign organized by the World Jewish Congress to preserve the memory of the Holocaust.
So write the words "We Remember" on a sheet of paper, take a picture holding that sign.
Another hashtag, Don't Be a Bystander, also recognizes the heroic actions of non-Jews who risked it all to save a life. Stories that need to be told so future generations never forget. In Tribeca, Lisa Rozner, CBS 2 News.